The most dangerous weapon is the one you never see. Converging into a single unified stream of information. This stream pours directly into one cockpit, where the pilot sees not just the view from his own aircraft, but a God's-eye perspective of the entire battlespace. He sees enemy radar emitters painting the sky, their search patterns slow and predictable, utterly unaware of his presence. A mission is already in motion, its success being shaped long before the first weapon is released or the first engine throttles up for a strike run. This is the new reality of air power. Orchestrated by the F-35, a machine that begins to shape the outcome of conflicts before the first shots are ever fired. We are exploring a fundamental shift in military strategy, a domain where information is as critical as firepower. The narrative of modern warfare is no longer solely written by the thunder of explosions and the clash of armies on the ground. It is increasingly authored in the silent, digital realm of sensor networks and stealth platforms. This is the story of how a single aircraft can become the central nervous system of an entire military operation. Gathering intelligence. At its core, the F-35 Lightning II is a fifth-generation multi-role stealth fighter jet. But this definition only scratches the surface of its true purpose and capabilities. Unlike its predecessors, which were often designed for a single primary mission, such as air-to-air combat or ground attack, the F-35 was conceived from the ground up to be a versatile and adaptable platform. It is designed to perform a wide array of tasks, including air superiority, close air support, strategic bombing escort, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. The aircraft is not merely a weapon. It is an information gathering and distribution hub that happens to be armed. The F-35 family consists of three distinct variants. The F-35A is the conventional takeoff and landing version for the U.S. Air Force and allies. The F-35B features short takeoff and vertical landing for smaller amphibious ships and austere bases. Finally, the F-35C, with a larger wing and robust gear, thrives on carrier decks with the U.S. Navy. This commonality streamlines logistics and training, but the real power is the shared digital architecture that lets them all see and share the same battlefield picture. The design departs from dogfighting-centric Cold War fighters. Its method of victory is to see first, understand intent, and engage from distance before it's even detected. This is achieved through very low observability, advanced sensor fusion, and network-enabled battlefield control. It is built to be a flying brain, processing vast data and sharing it across the force to make every platform more lethal and survivable. To understand it, look beyond speed, altitude, and firepower. Appreciate it as a system of systems, a flying supercomputer designed to dominate the information domain. Its purpose: build a comprehensive, real-time picture, share it with friendly forces, and use stealth to operate undetected. To see, to decide, and to share, transforming it from fighter to strategic asset. Stealth, or low observability, is perhaps the most widely known feature of the F-35, but it's often misunderstood. It is not a magical cloak of invisibility. It's a combination of airframe shape, specialized materials, and advanced electronic systems to reduce signature, especially to radar. Surfaces and internal bays deflect radar energy away, rather than reflect it back. To the radar operator, it may look like a fleeting object the size of a bird, or not appear at all until it's too late. Air defenses rely on detection, tracking, targeting, engagement. Stealth breaks the first link. Without a solid track, batteries can't get accurate targeting data. They switch on bigger radars longer and become targets for anti-radiation weapons. F-35s penetrate A2AD, gather intel or strike, then create safe corridors for others. While stealth hides, sensor fusion sees. An AESA radar tracks multiple targets in air and on the ground. The electro-optical targeting system delivers high-resolution imagery and laser designation. The distributed aperture system gives a 360-degree spherical IR view. Fusion correlates all inputs into one intuitive display, slashing pilot workload. The pilot can literally look through the floor in IR. If a missile launches, DAS detects, tracks, and projects a cue to its origin. It simultaneously tracks friendlies, points of interest, and potential targets. As a network node, it shares the fused picture with other aircraft and commanders. A foreship acts like one distributed sensor, coordinating tactics with best available information. Combining its stealth and advanced sensor fusion, the F-35 becomes a master of battlefield control. It acts as the quarterback of the air campaign, operating forward where others cannot survive. It identifies threats, designates targets, and passes critical information. As Pathfinder, it clears routes for heavy bombers like the B-2 Spirit and B-52 Stratofortress. Using passive sensors, it maps radar sites and SAM batteries, without revealing itself. It can neutralize threats or guide bombers along safe corridors. As a forward air controller, it finds and positively IDs targets, then shares precise coordinates. For example, it can designate for a Tomahawk launched from a ship, or guide a bomb dropped from another aircraft lacking targeting pods. The shooter doesn't have to be the sensor. Distributed lethality makes the force resilient, flexible, and deadly. This technology immediately affects regional power dynamics, especially in the Middle East. A web of interests, energy security, vital shipping lanes, long-standing rivalries. Nations acquiring F-35s gain asymmetric advantage that forces neighbors to reassess defenses and plans. Its survivable penetration capability impacts the security of critical infrastructure. Adversaries invest in layered air defenses, seek alliances, and adjust doctrine. Mere presence creates deterrence. Around Iran, the F-35 is a significant new variable. Tehran's dense, layered defenses combine foreign SAMs, domestic radars, and conventional forces. The F-35's stealth and EW can open temporary blind spots for strikes on high-value targets, nuclear facilities, C2 nodes, missile sites. This forces reevaluation, redeployment, hardening, or a different diplomatic posture. Proliferation to allies like Israel and the UAE reinforces security architectures and deters aggression. Escalation, the growth of limited conflict, is a central concern for planners and leaders. The F-35's precise, low-collateral strikes can offer options to de-escalate a crisis. A short, decisive action can remove a threat and prevent a larger war. Conversely, effectiveness can pressure a vulnerable adversary toward preemption. Fear of a decapitating strike can push a use-it-or-lose-it posture. Thus, the F-35 must be wielded with caution and clear strategic communication, balancing the benefits of surprise against the risks of miscalculation. Strategists shape the escalation ladder with off-ramps and credible threats. The F-35 adds rungs, options between doing nothing and all-out invasion. Covert reconnaissance, limited electronic attacks, precise strikes, graduated, controlled responses. By blinding an adversary and achieving surprise, it limits coordinated response, sometimes stunning opponents into inaction. Operations can end before leadership fully understands what happened, denying rash escalation. Targets, timing, and information are orchestrated to achieve strategic effects while limiting spread. Modern conflicts are often decided in weeks, months, years of preparation. The F-35 is a master of that silent domain. It reconnoiters deep inside defenses, maps air defenses, locates hidden command posts, identifies critical infrastructure. Planners build target lists, find vulnerabilities, and devise low-loss strike plans. Friendly forces seize initiative. Adversaries are pushed into reactive crouches. It expands commanders' options and turns once high-risk missions viable. By imposing technological and informational superiority, it shapes an opponent's will, deciding battles before they start. In a room filled with glowing screens, calm and precise voices coordinate a complex operation. A pilot, flying miles ahead of any other friendly asset, sees a single, unified map of the battle space, a picture shared instantly with commanders and other platforms. A heavy bomber waiting on a distant runway receives final targeting data and a safe corridor. A decision is made, and a strike executed with precision that minimizes risk and collateral damage. The world shifts almost imperceptibly as a conflict's course is altered. Operating unseen and unheard, the F-35 made that outcome possible. The Lightning II is defined by three interlocking capabilities: stealth, advanced sensor fusion, and battlefield control. Stealth allows penetration and survival in heavily defended airspace. Fusion creates an all-seeing eye, and control turns it into the quarterback directing the entire force. These combine into something far more than a fighter jet, a decisive tool of national power. This is not politics. This is the factual mechanics of military power and its strategic effects. It reshapes balances in regions like the Middle East, forcing defenses and partnerships to evolve. It can shorten wars and offer precise, less escalatory options, shaping outcomes in the pre-war phase. The F-35 is not just a jet, it's a mobile sensor, a survivable network node, and an invisible guide. In modern warfare, the side with superior information and the ability to act on it prevails. This is how power moves, unseen.